Did a video the other day about M35 A2 or M35 wheel cylinders and how one of mine was really bad. So I'm going to go ahead and do a rebuild. And as you can see, get the light just right, you can see shiny spots in there and cruddy spots in there. I've removed the banjo bolt and I've removed the bleeder. I got all that stuff in here. We're going to get to that. But first, we got to hone it. Now, it's one of those things you want to start an argument. You can talk to people about, do you hone stuff dry or wet? I am just trying to make sure, like you can see there, I put fluid into the main fluid, it comes through. I put fluid into the bleeder, it comes through. So all the passages are open in there. And the passages are open. So get to where you can see what I'm actually doing. Okay, this thing is now wet inside. This is a hone. You're in frame. Yeah, you're in frame. Every auto parts store in the country has these little three stone hones. Compress it down. Put it in there. You can do this in a vise, whatever. But all you want to do, get going somewhat slow speed, back and forth. Keep it moving. Never stay still. And we'll clean it up. It's still kind of cruddy, but it's smooth. Use the rag on it. So the dirt that came out of there, that was after washing my fingers and blowing it out, or trying to solvent it out. Now you can see it's shiny all the way around. Yes, there's some crud in the middle where it doesn't really matter. The cups don't go there. So this needs to be dried out. We verified that the thing is shiny. We verified that it has flow through the fluid inlet and the bleeder. And we got it cleaned. Now we just got to clean the rest of the parts up. So the hone did its job. There's this crud on the back. Still watching this? Yeah. There's this crud on the back that I should get a putty knife. This is pretty severe crud. Or a gasket scraper. Look at all that junk. This growed from the silicone. And there's some on the sides too. I'll just scuff it up a little bit. Just trying to get any. There. That one's ready to go. Good. We're doing a, however long this takes, wheel cylinder rebuild. The other one, before I get it wet, all that crud on there. It's covered in goo. Sitting in the truck for 10, 12, 13, who knows how many years. Could be 40 years. Actually, for that truck, it could be 50 years. I think I've rebuilt it since I've had it, but this wheel cylinder, which I think I've replaced them all. But it's got moving the bore smooth, and having the face for the cup smooth is always a good idea too. Put them over in my dry spot. Okay, this is called a banjo fitting. Banjo. It has a banjo bolt, which is hollow in the middle, has a hole, or two holes. There's one hole in this one. It goes in here, and the fluid comes through there. Actually, in this case, it goes through here, then through the middle. It's kind of growed it up too. We're just gonna clean everything up. Make sure we got good flow. It's brass, so don't be taking too much adhesive or adhesive to it. Nothing too abrasive. Not adhesive, abrasive. Just want to clean it up. Make sure it is not going to be the source of our dirt. Now the banjo bolt itself, it's got all kind of crud on it. It's not brass. I can actually take the 3M scuff pad to it. Just want to get any dirt out of the way. Now not if you're using banjo bolts, but when you encounter a banjo bolt, they have washers that have to be good and assembled with them. When I actually put the other wheel cylinder on the truck, the replacement for this one, there's two different copper washers. Same diameter, but one has a different inner diameter. You gotta be careful putting it back together again. One goes in one spot, the other goes in the other. And yes, some people will tell you these are single use only, and they're technically correct. However, if you get them clean, not all crudded up, they're not that bad. You can reuse them. All right, this is the bleeder screw. There's a hole in the bottom of the bleeder screw. When you loosen it up off the seat here, fluid comes up to that hole and then squirts out this hole. Let's see if we get fluid. Ooh, look at that. We got fluid going through. So we have fluid flow through the bleeder screw. So this has got some crud on the outside. I have found that is almost always the biggest hassle I have with bleeding brakes is clogged up bleeder screws. It almost always does that. If the brake system hasn't been done in a while and you crack the bleeder and nothing comes out, you need another bleeder screw. And yes, you can clean them up using torch tip cleaners, and you can clean them up in other ways, but just a piece of wire will do it most of the time. In my hands so I get clean room effects, even though it's a floor of an upside down Jeep body. Get another rag. Okay, we've cleaned the parts. Now we gotta make sure they're dry and no more solvent in there. The solvent does not react, the rubber parts inside the wheel cylinder do not react well to solvent. So make it clean, make it dry. I was talking about bleeder screws. I did the brakes on the Porsche a year or so ago. On the bleeder screws, there's 2 on each corner. So there's 8 bleeder screws on that car. This has got each caliper has 2 pistons on each side of the rotor. So Okay, let's start with the banjo bolt. I talked about there's two different sizes. This one here won't go up the bolt enough to go on. Only this one works. Only that one goes up far enough. Then the banjo part, then the other one. It just screws on. When I was putting the replacement wheel cylinder on my Whistler last week, oh yeah, I always find it better to move that spacer, or that washer, up onto the shoulder. Otherwise, you keep going in, you can very easily catch it, bend it, and destroy it. When I was putting my other wheel cylinder on the truck last week, this wasn't aimed the right way. I loosened it 3/4 inch wrench, got it turned the right way, got the brake line fitted coming in there. I thought I tightened it pretty good. I put pressure to the brakes to bleed them, and I had a waterfall. All right, brake fluid fall? What would you call that? Anyway, you get the idea. I had troubles. All right, wheel cylinders are so easy. This is a brand new kit. Yes, if I have to, I will start reusing my old cups. But right now, at less than $15 a rebuild kit, it's why. All right, these are the cups. I like to use silicone spray. Use whatever brand or whatever you wish to use. Just put some on my finger. Go around the outside edge. Use the same finger. Get some on into here. And the cup goes in so that the flat side is facing out. Push it in. Well, not that far. This one doesn't want to go at all. My hands are too slippery now. Once you get in, then you put the piston on it, push the piston in, turn it over, put the spring in. The spring helps them from compressing too far. Coat this all up. Put this one in the same way. Make sure you don't kink it any. Pop that in there. Voila, one rebuilt wheel cylinder. Put the dust cap on. Sometimes they go easy, sometimes they are a pain. That one went easy. All right. A little bit of silicone. This one's not being so easy. There. Okay. One wheel cylinder ready to go. That is it for wheel cylinders. I took 13 minutes and 40 seconds with me talking about it. So wheel cylinders are easy. Just a matter of doing it, knowing how. Hopefully that was a good teachable moment for you.